Folks, Chef Ian here, and we're in the Cooks Collective and our series of What's in Season. So what's in season is apples, and this particular apple is the envy apple. I don't know about you, but I remember as a kid, when you went to a shop, you either bought a red apple or a green apple, Granny Smith or a Jonathan. Now, there is a myriad of different apples available for you. So the history of this particular apple, the Envy, is it's a cross between a Braeburn and a Royal Gala. So it's got the sweetness, but it's also got the firmness of the texture. This one was actually developed in New Zealand, but they're grown. Well, this particular apple is grown the Granite Belt in Queensland. So apples, as I said, are fantastic in season at the moment. And what I love about apples now is that, yes, you do get that crispness of them. You don't bite into an apple and just get this soggy ones, especially those ones that have been put into cold storage. So what am I going to do with the apple? Okay, so thinking again, over the years, all the different types of apple recipes I've done. And I've sort of done a bit of a combo here. So we're going to do a baked apple, but I'm also going to combine it with another apple recipe that I've had, which is apple crumble. So it is a combination of the two. And our ingredients are going to be obviously our envy apple, but our fillings are some beautiful Australian raisins, some currants. Our sauce, this is our salted caramel sauce from Island Harvest in Tasmania that we're going to put over the apple. I'm going to be using, as part of the crumble, instead of flour, I'm using the Lupins for Life Lupin Crumb. So this recipe will be gluten-free. Yeah, and I've got some cinnamon, some butter, and also some honey. So there are our ingredients. So to get this underway, what I'm going to do with the apple is I'm just going to remove the base and the top, and then I'm going to cut the apple in half. So we've got two halves. Now, in the old days, we used to have an apple corer, little plunger used to punch through, but I don't see them around anymore. I don't know if people still even use them. So I'm just going to use the knife. And all I'm doing here is I'm just going to cut down and just make my way around. Just being careful, take my time and removing that core. And then I'm just going to just open it up a bit more for our filling. So that's the one. Second one. Okay, so we've got our two halves. For our filling, just got our fruit, our almonds, and to bind that all together, I'm just going to use a tablespoon of honey, and again using our wonderful spoon. I've got the measuring markers in there, so it certainly makes things a lot easier. I'm just going to mix the fruit and the almond together, and once it's all mixed in, I'm just going to grab a little spoon that will help me with this. Just put the mixture in. Okay. Now, old-fashioned crumble used to be sugar, flour. In this case, we're not using flour, but we're using our Lupin Crumb. Flavouring, which is our cinnamon, and then butter. So the butter has just been out of the fridge, so it's softened. And I'm just going to use my hand now and just going to work this mixture together. Okay. Now, the mixture just goes on top of your apple. Okay, so we've got our mix on top. Now, I'm just going to lift them now, just be careful, into our Ninja. And I'll just give it just a light spray. Oil, turn our engine onto our bake mode. We're going to go 185 and we're going to do, I think, 8 minutes. We'll let the Ninja cook up these apples and I'll come back to you and I'll show you how we're going to serve them up. All right, so the Ninja's finished. I actually did about another 2 minutes, so about a total of 10 minutes that we've done with this one. So let's just have a look. So these are looking lovely on my plate. Just put that on. Now, to serve, we've got our Island Harvest salted caramel sauce. So I'm just going to drizzle a bit of sauce just over like so. With my icing sugar, just a dusting of icing sugar around, and then my ice cream. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of this stuff, the Kapiti New Zealand ice cream. I still think it's the best store-bought ice cream that you can buy in Australia. So I just want to form up a portion. It's just going to sit on my plate like so. There you have it, folks. That's by Envy Apple, which is what's in season, apples. Combination of a baked apple and apple crumble, again featuring the Lupin Crumb, our Island Harvest salted caramel, and our fruit fillings, our Australian raisins, currants, and some honey. If you're looking for other things you can do with apple, obviously apple is great in a salad. And if you can remember the series Faulty Towers, the Waldorf salad, which features apple in that. It's also great in sauces, baked up. You can use apple in lots of different things, make beautiful relishes out of it. So anyway, that's our what's in season recipe, and look forward to apples. The Envy, as I said, is quite a little bit different from the apples that I used to grow up with, my old favourite Jonathans. So keep an eye out in the stores for apples, because while they're in season, this is the best time to use them and eat them. So till next time, see you soon.